This is a story about a girl.
Westworld, which is now a few gas stations away from its former buzzed-about glory, is back for a fourth season, unspooling a premiere designed to catch us up on 4 major characters and where they've all landed 7 years after the season 3 premiere ended in global riots and chaos. This season opener is good but dry setup for the larger story to come, but as usual, Westworld holding its cards close to the vest. There's suitable action and intrigue, and of course, questions that won't get answered until later, but the episode also lags in places, stumbling under the weight of a few retired gunslinger cliches. At the top here, let's address the Dolores in the room, namely, how in the heck star Evan Rachel Wood is back when Dolores, at least Dolores Prime in her original host body, was toast at the end of the previous season. As Christina now, Wood's character is the latest puzzle box to theorize about. She lives a simple, somewhat secluded life as a writer for a game company who specializes in NPCs and side missions. So is she human? Probably not. Christina's episodic arc wraps up with a blast from the past, and while it's nice to see this particular character again, it's not exactly the jolt of adrenaline or inspiration this saga needs to kick off the season, as Westworld's a show some feel lost the plot a few years ago, or, in the very least, was growing in scale and building towards something huge. Instead, it's now shrunk back down to more grounded stories and dialed back the apocalyptic elements. The second big seasonal mystery now involves Ed Harris's William, who only exists in diabolical host form. He's got his sights set on the reclusive Maeve and the family man Caleb, and it's these new attempts on their lives that spur the duo back into action. It's here that Season 4 falters the most, at least at the outset. The Rehoboam element of Season 3 presented a fascinating escalation of Jonathan Nolan's society-shaping algorithm ideas from CBS's Person of Interest, and Season 3 seemed to point toward a war for Season 4. That story's been short-seated, sadly relegated to off-screen action and a quick flashback, and in its place is a much blander reset. On top of this, Caleb's story goes through some soapy steps to get him back in the game. Season 3 took us to a grand high and perched us on the precipice of revolution, and now the momentum's shifted almost too much in the opposite direction. Of course, there are still 7 episodes to go after this, and Westworld is never without tricks up its sleeve. At times, the premiere is filled with bullet whizzing, knife and katana slashing, axe-chopping mayhem, and yet it still feels like one of the quietest starts for a season of the show in a while. There's no doubt, though, that it's going to go big again and that Dolores/Christina, once more, holds the ultimate key to an epic finish. After swelling to a global revolutionary scale in Season 3, Westworld shrinks to more smaller, intimate arcs for its Season 4 opener. The series still feels mysterious in a fun way and ominous in its themes and methods, but this reset mode also has its drawbacks, particularly concerning Aaron Paul's Caleb, who felt arbitrarily saddled with the design to leave family. The main puzzle, that of Evan Rachel Wood's new role, certainly feels easy enough to unravel, though the answer may be, and hopefully is, more complicated than that. For more TV reviews, check out what we thought of Obi-Wan Kenobi Season 1 and the premiere of Ms. Marvel. And for everything else, stick with IGN.